You don't say ho, you say hoo, right? And in Finnish, who is kuka. Kuka. It is the U and the A. Kuka. Ku like who and ka like car. Kuka. Kuka. Now we're gonna get to the front vowels. These are pronounced with the tongue in the front of your mouth. They are and u. And for I have used a loan word as an example because it took me a while to find a word that would have the sound both in English and in Finnish. So we're going with tag. 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 And in Finnish, this word we're gonna use two explanations. So, in a context of like street art, graffiti, we would say taggy, which is a loan word. Or in a context of like, as of just like being a marking on something, we could use the word merkintä. Taggy, merkintä. Tag, taggy. Okay. In Finnish, I'm gonna note this out. A little side quest here, but we use eyes often at the end of like foreign words to kind of make them easier to pronounce in Finnish. So a lot of our loan words end in an I. I forgot to say at the start of the video, but I would really recommend making notes if you're actually trying to learn Finnish. If you're just trying to relax, then you may just chill. Next we have the O with dots. And I found a really funny loan word example for this as well. Like nerd. Nerd. So you don't say nerd. Nerd. You say nerd. Nerd. Like nerd. Right? So in Finnish we say nörtti. Here's again the loan word I at the end, and you can see that we're using the letter to make the word make sense in Finnish. So we say nörtti, nörtti for nerd, nörtti. We're gonna use another loan word for the next one, and this is gonna be a loan word for English as well, because I could not come up with an English word that has like an U sound and also has the U sound in Finnish. So we are going with that should be a big O. Olympia. Or actually, I had Olympics written in my notes. Olympia is the city. Right, it's a city. Am I confused? Hey, we cannot forget about that. Olympics. If it is a long word, I need to write it in small letters. God damn, you don't need to remember this. It's like the Olympians is what we call Olympics in Finnish. Olympialize it. But Olympics has the U sound that we have in Finnish. U. Olympics. So this letter is basically the same as the German letter that is a U with dots on top of it. Olympics. U. But we use Y for this because Y is a vowel in Finnish and not a consonant. Vowel is a word that I struggle with. I'm sorry, this entire video is gonna be a mess because of that. I can't differentiate between V and W very well because we don't use W in Finnish. Okay. Our next word is and I'm gonna go with epic for this one. Epic. I wrote a big E there, even though everything else is small. Let's ignore that. Epic. And in Finnish we would say I can't take myself seriously. Let's say epinen. 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 Epic. Epinen. The sound is like Elairida. And very last we have I and and E. So E and I are neutral vowels. And they can go with anything. Your tongue placement isn't as defined. I'm gonna explain to you quickly now. So, the back vowels are always with each other in words. You see how these words only have back vowels. The front vowels are always with each other in the words. We're gonna exclude olympialize it because that is loan word, like to an extent that it mixes front and back vowels. We don't usually do that. But here you can see the front vowels are in words with each other, and the neutral vowels, they can be in any word. They can go with any letters. Okay, now, so the I always make the sound E in Finnish, like my name, Ida. Ida. And for example, here I have ski. Ski. which in Finnish is he. This is tuski. He. Ski. Now you know all of the vowels and how to pronounce them, and you can use these English words and these Finnish words as guidelines for the pronunciation, because you know how to pronounce these English words, so you can check your Finnish letter pronunciation by referring to the English word that has the correct sound. Okay. That was a lot, but we have more. Because now I want you to learn some actual words. If you feel like taking a break at this point, because you've already learned a lot, that's very reasonable. That's very reasonable. But if you have energy and time to write some more notes, now you can learn things that are actually useful. And you already know how to pronounce them, because we've gone through the pronunciation of the different vowels. Okay, so let us get started. I'm gonna tell you how to say hi in Finnish, and it's very easy because our most common hi is hey. And it's pronounced exactly like hey, like if you write like H-E-Y in English. Hey. Hey. This is a very easy Finnish greeting you can use. Now, a lot of Finnish people use different words, so you should also know those words, so you know when people are saying hi to you. We might use words like moi, or in my region it's very common to say moro. And a very common one is also terve. This is my personal favorite. It just means hi, but a literal translation would be healthy. Healthy. Hey. Terve. So, here you can pronounce this with me. Hey. Hey. Moi. Moro. And terve. It's good to take your time repeating them, especially the rolled R can be quite difficult if you're not used to rolling your R's. Then a way to say bye in Finnish is, there again, multiple, but the most common, the easiest is hey, 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 hey. You can also say moi moi or moikka. Or then you can say näkemiin, which is a very common one. This you should use in person only, or on a video call, it's also okay. Because näkemiin literally means like until seeing. So like until we see again. See you. Connect till later. But until we see again. And another important word to know is welcome, which in Finnish is, we gotta take this slow because this difficult word, it's a very common one. Lots of vowels. We're gonna go syllable by syllable. We don't spell letter by letter in Finnish. So I'm gonna break this down for you into syllables. So we have ter, ve, tu, lo, a. Tervetuloa. We have the R there again, which is a little difficult, but I believe in you, and it simply means welcome. It's a good word to use to practice. We have a few more greetings, and then I have an exercise for you. I know that sounds scary, but I believe in you. Okay. So we're gonna start with good morning. Which is hyvää huomenta. And here you will notice that I just wrote the double dots as a line in handwritten text. This is acceptable. If you're typing on a PC, you should always use the dots. In handwritten text, this is very, very common. Like, I do it without noticing it, because it's much easier than doing two dots, and we don't use any kind of accents or other types of lines on top of our vowels in Finnish. So you can do this in handwritten text. Hyvää huomenta. Huomen is like tomorrow morning, kinda. And huomenta is just like good morning. Hyvä is good. And when you're using it to describe something that can't be like measured in pieces, in the same way you use many and much. you can't say there is many time, right? So when you have words that are much words, you add this second or like an additional vowel. It can also be an ah. It depends on the core word, because we also added here kinda as an ah, and then you say hyvä huomenta. If you haven't noticed yet, when we have two of the same vowel, we pronounce it long. So hyvä instead of hyvä, I say hyvä. Right? This is good morning, and you can also say this with different words. So next we're gonna do hyvä päivä. Good day. Good day. Hyvä päivä. Hyvä päivä. I might be confused because here is an added again at the end. But days, don't days sound like something that you can calculate many days? But we are not talking about multiple days. We are talking about the current day that's happening. We are talking about the time that is passing as we say this sentence. So it's still much time. So it's hyvä päivä. Okay. Good day. And we also have good night, which is hyvä yötä. Yö is night. Night. And here is, we have this ending. Hyvä yötä. Hyvä yötä. Good night. Now I'm gonna sharpen my pen, and then we're gonna do an exercise together. So be prepared. You can write the answers down in the comments. You can write them on a paper, or you can just think them in your head. But try to figure them out and pause the video if you need more time to think. So I'm gonna write a word for you, and I'm gonna tell you the letters, and I need you to pronounce those letters as if they were Finnish, and figure out what English word we are writing with Finnish phonetic spelling. This is gonna help you understand Finnish phonetic spelling a little better. So we are writing English words with Finnish spelling. Okay, we're gonna start with an easy one, because this one was just mentioned. You're gonna go with M, A, I, and T. Oh, this actually is a word in Finnish as well. This would mean you married. It could also mean you fucked. I guess it means you fucked. We're ignoring that for now. by using the Finnish pronunciation rules. What English word is this? What English word is this? I'm gonna tell you now, so pause the video if you haven't yet figured out. You would pronounce this night. Night. So that would make it night, right? Which would be in Finnish, like we just talked on the last page. Night, I'm gonna give you the next word. This one is gonna be funny. I'm gonna tell you this. In Finnish we pronounce J like it was your English letter Y. So, surely you'll figure this out. Let's go. We go J E S T E D E and I. How would you pronounce this using the Finnish pronunciation rules? Phonetic pronunciation. And go back to your guide. So what was E like epic? E like epic. E like ski. And all the consonants are pronounced pretty much the same, except J is pronounced like Y. Okay. What would this be? I'm gonna tell you now. It would be yesterday. 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 Which in Finnish is eilinen. Eilinen. Or often also eilen. When you're directly referring to something that like happened yesterday, then you often say eilen. Eilinen. Yesterday. Eilinen. The next one should be easy. It's W E L K A M. So W sounds like W. We don't really use it in Finnish. Then we have E like epic. L K. A like car. And I hope I'm not being too slow or too fast. I feel like that really depends on the person, how fast you take to figure these out. Feel free to pause or skip ahead. And this one would be welcome. Welcome. You already learned this. It's tervetuloa. Tervetuloa. Welcome. I need a sip of coffee. Okay. We have 4 more It's a long lesson, I know. It's like a full class. We're doing next B O O L, or like core. Core has the O sound to it. Core, or pour, or B O O L. I think you got that. Get that one right. It's ball. We already had this one as well. Ball, ball, ballo. Okay. I am sure you're gonna be able to pronounce all the Finnish word after this. We have an important word next as well. We're gonna go with H O U M. O like ball, and U like, what did I use as an example? Who, right? O, U. You put them together, it's O. So this is HOUM is home. Home. Which in Finnish is koti. 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 Home. Okay. I hope you found that one easy. Or maybe not. I don't want to make you feel bad if you didn't. But I'm sure you will catch on to Finnish pronunciation really quick if you just practice it a little. Because pronunciation is the easy part of Finnish. Let's not talk about the 15 different cases that each noun has. No one cares about those. No. Next we're doing A with dots, and P and E and L. A, P, E, L. What is that? A with dots, P, E and L. A, P, E, L. I think you got that, surely. I will tell it now. That's apple. Apple, right? Apple. And in Finnish, apple is omena. 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 This is probably the easiest word that you're learning today. Omena. These are very easy sounds. Yeah. Omena. Apple. And I chose this because we have here the and I wanted to include some of those special letters in our learning words. Apple, omena. And last we have this one. This is our last word. It's D, O with dots, R and T. Thank you so much for your